welcome into a Sunday morning here on KFOR FM 103.3, 1240 AM. Thank you very much for joining us. Last week, we reconnected with a familiar friend of KFOR's, Janine Bryant from Changing Spaces SRS. Janine would periodically join us on Saturday mornings to talk about her growing, thriving business of Rightsizing. She joins us on Sunday mornings for Easy Rightsizing. Hey, Janine.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming in again and talking about this. And we will refer to Janine's book quite often, Ready to Rightsize, a step-by-step guide to your right-sizing journey. And that's where I would like to start, because on the opening pages, you have an expert's phrase, finish putting your things in order as soon as you can so that you can spend the rest of your life surrounded by the people and the things that you love most. I highlighted that, Janine.
Absolutely.
I think that's really, really important, and it sets the tone for our conversation today. Why wait?
That's right. Get it done now. Going through the right-sizing process, at Changing Spaces SRS, we help folks who are moving. They're downsizing out of a home they've lived in for decades, and they're moving to a townhome or a retirement community, and that is a huge change, and it affects every part of your life, right? And so it's because it's such a huge change, people tend to put it off as long as they possibly can. So whether you're moving to a smaller home or even just going through your things in your current home that you intend to stay in and going through that right-sizing process, it's something that's really easy to put off. It's the same thing as I'll start the diet on Monday, right? And so what I love about that quote from Marie Kondo is that even though we work with stuff, the people who work with stuff, professional organizers, right-sizers, folks like me, folks like Marie Kondo, we realize that stuff is actually not the most important thing in life, is it? And we all know that, but we spend so much time and energy dealing with our stuff, sorting through the stuff, storing the stuff, cleaning the stuff, rearranging the stuff, that it takes us away from our life. And so if we can go through the right-sizing process, get all of that stuff in order, then we can turn all that time and energy into living a good life.
Because in some seniors' cases, if their name is on a waiting list at an assisted living center, a community of sorts, and they get that phone call, we have an opening, you're next.
Yes.
And you're amongst your clutter.
Yes, and you haven't thrown out a paperclip in 40 years.
Yep.
Now it's time to panic. So absolutely, we can all start going through this right-sizing process now, whether we're moving in 6 weeks, in 6 months, in 6 years, or more. We've all got too much stuff in our home, and if we can go get about the business of getting rid of the stuff that doesn't matter, keeping the stuff that truly does, it will make a move someday so much easier. For many people, control is what got them into this situation. They want to stay in control of their stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
But you enable people to still be in the driver's seat with control, but you help them right-size.
Right, absolutely. That is another reason to right-size proactively, because when you do it before an emergency, then you do get to stay in control. If you wait to right-size until there's a broken bone, there's a terminal diagnosis, there's the death of a spouse, these are all things that we see all the time in our work at Changing Spaces SRS. Now suddenly, it's not a proactive move, it's a reactive move, and it's an emergency, and you're calling around seeing who has an empty apartment, where you can get in the quickest, and then sometimes you get to go through your stuff, or sometimes it's your family members who have to go through your stuff, sometimes it's an outside company like Changing Spaces who goes through your stuff. And, dear listeners, do you want your kids going through your stuff, deciding what you get to keep and what you have to throw away? Chances are no. You want to go through your stuff.
Ask your kids. Your kids don't want
They're going to get rid of all of it, folks.
Your kids don't want to go through that.
That's right.
So it's nice to stay in control in the driver's seat to be able to determine, you know what, someone else would benefit from this collection.
That's right. And you can only do that if you do it proactively now while you've got the health, the time, and the energy to do it.
You call yourself a senior move management company. I thought that was an all-encompassing label. Can you mine down a little bit and tell us what all that means?
Absolutely. So we help when someone is moving. We focus on seniors. We specialize in seniors. When they're moving, we manage the whole process for them. We start with helping them decide what are you going to keep and what are you going to let go of. We always start with furniture. We measure the furniture they want to take. We measure the space that they're moving into, and we help them figure out what's going to fit where. So we've got the floor plan done. Then we start sorting through the little stuff, the nuts and bolts. We get down into the weeds with them. You know, how much clothing are you going to bring with you? How many books? What about the kitchen items? What about the Christmas decorations? We help them sort through all of that. We bring all the boxes. We do all the packing. We're not the movers themselves, but we do call and arrange for the movers on behalf of the client. We're with them on moving day. Moving day is a big, scary, busy day, and we're right there alongside our clients on moving day. And then we follow the moving truck over to the new place. We make sure they put the furniture where we want it. We get the boxes into the new place, and then we start unpacking right away. We get our clients unpacked in the new place. We try to set it up as neatly and as efficiently as possible. Then we take all the boxes away with us, and then they're moved. But then we turn our attention to what's left at the old place, because if we've done our job right, they've left behind a significant amount of stuff that didn't really matter anyway, right? They've kept all of their favorite stuff, the best stuff. Now we're going to help them let go of the rest of the stuff. And we do that by organizing and running an estate sale.
I want to circle back to where you started. You say you measure the furniture. That sound you just heard was listeners going, what? They do what?
Don't eyeball it. That is my, in 10 years of experience, do not eyeball it.
You don't get that from movers, Janine.
No, right. Yes.
You get big husky guys carrying stuff out to the truck.
That's
and
right.
then it's up to you to figure out what to do with
That's right.
it.
And if you are going through your first move in a few decades, chances are you want to bring all your furniture, don't you? But you can't. So we help you make those priorities and figure out what furniture will fit and what furniture is the best furniture that you really love that you want to bring with you.
And you know it fits.
Absolutely.
It isn't any guessing, where am I going to put this?
Absolutely.
Or maybe we can cram this in, and it's you know where it goes.
That floor plan is your roadmap for move day. So when those big, bulky guys are carrying your furniture and they say, where do you want this, ma'am? You know exactly. It goes on the east wall, 3 feet from the corner. You know exactly where it goes.
Janine Bryant from Changing Spaces SRS. This is the conversation every Sunday. We're here for you on Easy Rightsizing here on KFOR. Health is another issue. We emphasize the fact older seniors or older adults are your primary clientele. Absolutely. Best to do it when you're healthy and have the stamina to be able to make decisions.
Right, absolutely. You know, if you are moving to a retirement community, if you have toured any of these retirement communities, you know how gorgeous they are, how vibrant the communities are. There's tons of activities. And if you move now while you are still healthy and vibrant yourself, then guess what? You get to participate in all of those activities. And that means you also have the energy that is going to be required to go through all of your stuff as you go through the downsizing process. You know, when you move, you have to touch every single object in your home. And you have to decide, am I keeping this? Am I getting rid of it? Am I donating it? Am I selling it? Am I giving it to the kids? Can you imagine every single object in your home? That seems very overwhelming, and it takes a lot of energy. So do it now. Don't wait for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, because chances are you'll have more stuff to deal with and less energy with which to deal with it.
Well, and you also introduce a perspective to older seniors, and that is you don't want to tend to your stuff. You want to enjoy your grandkids. You want to go out on a day trip somewhere. You don't want to have to worry about what's left behind.
That's right. Yeah. You know, focusing on making this chapter of your life the best it can possibly be. And as we all know deep down inside our bones, what makes a life a good life is relationships, it's experiences, it's memories, it's not your stuff. So we help folks shift their focus from their stuff to their life and the people in their life. People over stuff. That's one of my messages.
And it takes a team.
That's right. Yes. And we've got 25 folks on our team at Changing Spaces SRS, and we divide it out. Each one of our projects that we do, whether it's a move or an estate sale, has a manager. That's the main person at the helm in charge of their project. And then they work with 1 to 5 other support team members to accomplish the task at hand. So I've got a great team, the best team in Lincoln, hands down, and we are able to accomplish, usually, depending on the week, 2 or 3 moves a week and 1 or 2 estate sales per week here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
No cookie cutter. Some projects, I'm guessing, take days. Others take longer.
That's
than
right.
days.
Yes, I once worked with a client. We sorted with her for 3 months. It was all summer long to get her out of her big, it was a home on an acreage. They'd lived in it for 40 years and she was moving to Colorado. We sorted with her for 3 months. So that's not typical, but absolutely every situation is unique and we are able to customize our services to your unique situation. That's why it all begins with a free in-home consultation with me where I take a tour of your home and listen to your story, and then I tell you how we can help you through this right-sizing process.
Because the client needs to learn about the process. And you have learned from clients what works and what doesn't work.
Absolutely.
This isn't your first county fair.
That's right. We have literally
They got
helped
this.
hundreds of folks through the right-sizing process. And our company is 12 years old. I've been owner of the company for 10 years. And, visiting with those clients in their homes is absolutely the best part of the job, because it gives me it's been such a privilege to learn from older adults, from seniors in our community. They teach you so much about life. They teach you about your stuff. They have the best stories to tell. And over 10 years, working with all of these seniors, it's given me a really healthy perspective, I think, on life, on what really matters. And it helps me understand the typical stumbling blocks that people have when they're going through their stuff.
And knowing Janine over the years through our Saturday conversations, I sincerely see a respectful sense from your business and your team. There's a respect level from the introduction to the goodbye, and everything is completed. So best place to start, Janine, is at the website?
Yes, absolutely. There are, you can find our business at our website, changingspacessrs.com. You can also give us a call. Our phone number is 402-483-0555. And if you'd like a copy of the book, you can give us a call at our office, and you can also find it on Amazon.com. We are happy to talk with you anytime.
The book is ready to right size. Janine Bryant here on Easy Right Sizing every Sunday morning on KFOR.